Hello YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is Pinstar Plays Golftopia. So, what is Golftopia? Well, it is a, I don't think it's an official one, but if you've ever played the golfing sim game SimGolf, way back in the day, I played the ever-living heck out of that game back in the day. This is sort of a spiritual successor to it. Essentially, you are managing a golf course. You're building a golf course. You can, if you want to, play on your golf course, but that's not the biggest focus of the game. The focus is, this is a management sim. You are trying to create a fun, challenging, but ultimately enjoyable course for your guests. Now, one of the twists on this, as you can probably see from the flyover, is that there are some accoutrements that are not terribly standard to your real-life golf course. Yes, this is a golf course of the future! So there are a lot of things that spice up a round of golf that you normally wouldn't find in a real-life world of golf. But honestly, real-life world of golf is kind of boring to me, so why not? So let us dive right in. By the way, this hits early access, I believe, this coming Tuesday. So if you want to get your hands on this in early access mode, it will be available shortly. This key was provided for free by the developer. Thank you very much. Right then, let's dive in. New game here. All right. Let's see. We need a custom seed. It doesn't let me do it doesn't let me do letters. I am confined to just numbers. Very well. Oops. Hang on. There we go. Why not? It spells something out if you use pure elite speak. Alright then. Now we have this nice little island here. We can adjust this island. These are procedurally generated based on the seed. That makes me really happy. That makes for good replayability. And we can pick which of the tiles that we want to start from. Well, I'm kind of liking this big flat mountain up here, and hey, well, why not start? You know, if we're going to be at the heart of the course, why not start in the middle? So, next step, we got our difficulty sliders, extra modes. Because this isn't my first playthrough of this. I did some playing through of the game earlier just to get my hand, get used to the UI and the controls and the general flow of it. But this is by no means a strategy and tactics, so we will be playing on everything normal. Welcome to your very own golf course. So yeah, they're basically saying is you don't have to expand too quickly because things get harder as you get bigger, which I like, because one of the problems with some management games is once you get well advanced, everything becomes a cakewalk. Now, first things first, we need to find a place for our clubhouse, where our guests will arrive and leave. So, we need a clubhouse here, pretty sizable structure. Well, if we're going to make this sort of our kingdom, our golf kingdom, as it were, we should be overseeing all of our lands. So I think we should place it up here. Oh, rotate it. Ooh, I like it, like nestled back here against the corner. Let's just get it to where it's not like dangling off the cliff. Yes, no, maybe so. Yeah, that's good. Perfect. Okay. Now then, first things first that we need here is to place down our first hole. So that starts off with a tee. This is where people will take their first shot. Obviously, we want it somewhere near the clubhouse. Let's drop this down here. Yeah, something like that, and then we can get change up our different path types, and these things are very much meaningful. As far as like, you know, what terrain it is present when the ball lands there is important to how the ball lies and how whether or not the golfer is happy with their shot. Now they're going to be hitting it off this cliff. This looks like an exciting thing. One of the things the game does is you got to make your holes exciting. You got to make it interesting. And smacking a ball off a cliff, I think that's probably pretty exciting for people. So we want to go down with our first hole. We also have this nice body of water here. Ooh, and a nice portioned off area over here. You know what? This kind of makes for a good hole here. So we're going to go ahead and put our hole on the other side over here. Now, obviously, we need to give them some fairway to actually survive the trip here without just constantly going through the rough. That will make them upset if they're just constantly divoting around in the rough. Not to mention the water hazard can cause them problems, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. One second, folks. I think the music's a little loud. Okay, we're back. Just had to turn the music down just a little bit. It's good music. I like it. I didn't want you guys to be I didn't want it drowning me out. Right then, so the so for our thing, so we're gonna want some fairway. People like landing in the fairway, so we want to get a fair amount of this stuff here just to give them a target. I don't know if we want these trees in the middle of what would be a good chunk of fairway, so I think we can. I like it that you obliterate trees with an orbital laser here. And the whole fact that you have an orbital space station over this course is kind of reinforced by other things. I'm going to keep the rocks. The rocks are something, they're not meant to go near the rocks. I want them to get scared of the rocks. One of the things with this particular game, and this was present in SimGolf, the original. I'm going to be making a lot of comparisons between the two. Is you want to make your course look challenging, but you don't want it to actually be really mind-numbingly hard. So if you place a lot of obstacles or have a lot of obstacles around that look tricky, but are not necessarily on the beaten path, but they're still within they still could cause a problem, that actually makes the golfers happier because they're lining up for a tricky but interesting shot. If they're just going boring fairway to boring fairway with absolutely nothing to worry about, they're going to complain. They're not going to be happy about that. Right then, so let's get a green. We got to give them a fair amount of stuff to work with over here. Yeah, nice size green. Let's get this bush out of the way. I don't want them getting bothered by the bush. This is technically the direction they need to take. Now, one other thing here is I'm looking at the terrain here. And yeah, this is kind of sloped if we look at it here. So I could see a lot of balls hitting here and bouncing back into the water. And again, we don't want them to suffer. We want them to be happy. We want them to get scared at the fact that they have to hit their ball over the water. We want that fear of the water in them. But we don't actually want every one of their balls going into the drink. Or, we kind of want to minimize that. So let's give them a little quiet boost. So I'm going to decrease the size of this. And yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to lower the height of this here. Now we don't want it to go all the way down to the water here because we don't actually want water on the green. That would be kind of silly. There, the green's on a tilt here, but now it's not quite so bad. And it might make putting a little bit trickier, but that's not the end of the world. I still kind of want to flatten this area. I'm guessing that red line is sea level. 4.5, 4.4, 4.7. What's that do? Nope, no, I don't want that. Luckily you can cancel out. Oh, did I just cancel the whole thing? God dang it. $4.5. There, that's better. Though I'm not sure I want... Well, actually, yeah, we can extend this a little bit. And then, yeah, this will come up as a little backdrop here. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. It still gives them the fear of the water hazard. But it's not quite as grueling. Like, they still have... They have a slightly better way to get over here without too much fear. Let's give them some fairway along here. I don't want the green to be just ginormous. Yeah, I think that's good. Now, I think this is a serviceable enough hole, but we can do more. We can spice it up a little bit. If you remember those little futuristic doodads and add-ons, let's employ some of those. So we got windmills that can blow the ball around. We got ball launchers, which act as like if the ball lands on them, it bounces it back in the air and gives it some more air time and roll time. We got pinball bumpers that act exactly the way you think of it. And then we got mega wickets and rings of fire. These are like some targets that the golfers can shoot for, and if they get through it, it makes them happier. Doesn't actually improve their shots or anything, but they will be happy if they can thread the needle, as it were. So you know what? Let's get some rings of fire. These are the ones out off the ground. Now we can alter the height and the attractiveness. The attractiveness basically means how much are golfers going to want to shoot towards this. Now, just because they shoot towards it does not necessarily mean that they are going to hit their target. Because part of the game's challenge is that there are golfers of many different skills, and some of them are you might have a couple of Arnold Palmers playing your course, but you also might have some amateur hours duffers trying to make the ball do something. So yeah, so this see how that's slightly altered. This by the way, this line right here is going to be the path that the most golfers will try to take, but their skills may not necessarily let the balls actually end up there. But they'll try. They bless their hearts, they will try. And we want to make a hole that where even the rookies can have a decent time and get the ball in here. Even a rookie can get across this little gap right here. In fact, let's double down on our rings of fire here, just to encourage the shot. This one we're going to drop the height because this doesn't need to be nearly as tall, but we can place it in the water here, like that. And yeah, if you can thread the needle through that little ring of fire, then more power to you. Of course, these things pose their own kind of hazards, because if you hit the edges, the game models full physics, so plunk. So try not to miss. But I think it's worth the extra risk. Now, just to both scare them a little bit, but also to keep things from going too far awry. We're going to drop a sand trap over here, like that. Yeah, nice big deserty sand trap over here, just to scare them a little bit. And if their shot goes wide, it'll stop it from rolling all the way over here. And then on this side of things, let's get some trees. We want to stop things short, but we don't want to penalize them too badly with the terrain. Because right now this is just dirt and grass down here, which is fine. you know, if their ball rolls into the dirt, that's actually not so bad. It's easier to get out of the dirt than it is the sand trap. So they could presumably hit a dirt shot still across the water here. That's my rationale for it. All right, now I think I'm happy with this hole. Now you can tweak holes as you play here, and we certainly will. One of the options you can do is to use the test hole shot generator to sort of have some practice shots. Have the CPU generate some practice shots to see how good, average, and crappy golfers will play this hole. So let's do a quick round, see how this looks before we commit to it. So it's just going to simulate a bunch of golf shots, and you know what? It's okay if some people go into the drink, but if like half your shots are going into the drink or half the shots are failing spectacularly. Yeah, and then it says, okay, after 10 tests, somebody got it in 3, but your worst person got it in 6, which actually is not bad because it's a par 5. So yeah, if some unskilled golfer can't get it in on par, that's actually kind of good. Because you do need to punish people a little bit. All right, now one of the other questions you may be having is, Pinstar, how the Sam heck are they going to get down there? That's a cliff. You going to have them jump? No, this is the future. We got people movers here. Trans tubes connectors here. So this is sort of our way of whisking people around the island nice and quick. Let's see, what would be a good place for the stop for this? This actually might be good here. I'm okay taking out some of these rocks. Yeah, like that. That's fine. And then we need a way for them to get back to the get onto the other side of the island here. So let's rotate you around like this, and yeah, that way they can pop back up and get to the green and back again pretty easily. You know what? Here's an idea just to make things a little bit easier for people. Is let's just get a path right here. Yeah, I know we're taking away some of the sand trap, but I don't want them on here anyway, and path is not a desirable terrain to land on anyway. So, yeah, that's that should be good. And that way people can get back and forth from the tubes pretty quick. Okay, I'm happy with this. So let's unlock the. Oh wait, nope. One more accoutrement. We need lights. This is a 24-hour golf course. So, and people have glow-in-the-dark balls, but they need these little futuristic lamps to cast light and also recharge their glow-in-the-dark balls. Gotta have the glow-in-the-dark balls. You don't need every square inch of your course covered with these things, but you certainly want to, have the important bits covered. That should be good. And then, yeah, we'll get some footpath going right down here. Like that, so they can get back home nice and easy. Beautiful. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Hang on. Get back. Back, I say. They get kind of pissy if you make their green too small and too narrow, but I think that's enough green for them to be satisfied. And you know what? How about we just let's toss down just a tree like right here. Might spook them a little bit, but I don't think it's actually going to ruin anybody's day. Okay, now we're ready to open up our hole. Hole unlocked and course unlocked. We get our little player avatar in here, Dr. Manager. And then we have our first bit of things. Now, according to the developer, these the golfers that are generated are persistent, meaning that, yeah, they'll come to your... Yep, see, you hit the outside of it. They'll come to your course, and then after a while they'll come back, and you get to see some familiar faces. And any stat gains they've gained from... Oof. That's a tough lie. Ooh, all right. So, see, she played off that rock pretty well. So any stat gains they gain, because every golfer has a set of skills that is tracked and can go up over time, will be persistent. Now, one thing I did check was I wanted to rename some of these golfers from my name and game patrons, but at the moment they cannot. But I messaged the developer and they said they're going to work on adding that in once it hits early access. So perhaps for a future one, we'll be able to get my name and game patrons in here. Yeah, see that little up arrows things? This person just increased one of their skills here, probably their recovery skill. You can also see by looking at the person what their happy and sad thoughts are. So yeah, this downhill shot looks fun. Better avoid the water. See, they're getting scared by the water. They're also getting angry that their ball actually went into the water. They like it when they're scared by a hazard, but they don't like it when they actually hit the hazard. So that's kind of the balance you want to... Ooh! And thread the needle there. Was that them? No, I don't think. I think that was Malcolm here. Yeah, clean through the ring of fire. Plus 13 happiness. They enjoyed threading the needle there. Whoop, ooh, oh wow. Gil, nice shot. Yeah, you're a little angry that the ball went into the drink, but man, that was a good one. But yeah, they keep getting scared by the water, and that's making them happy. They keep seeing like, oh my God, so much water. I gotta watch the water. It's a hazard. If this was all fairway, they'd be throwing up some negatives saying, boring, too easy, no challenge. So you gotta throw some hazards at them, but you can't be mean about it. And again, looks hard, plays easy. Oh yeah, one of the other things that you can do here is you have this orbital power, and we have some special abilities that we can call down, make them happy. We can resupply some of our vending machines and whatnot. We can give them subliminal skill injections. We can suck money from them, but that makes them angry, understandably. But let's make them happy, because. Happy golfers, at the end of a hole, you get paid based on how happy they are. It's like $70. That's actually pretty good. Whereas if they were miserable, they'll pay you less. So it is all based on your happiness. All right, fair, happy group here. They should be clearing the way now. The next set of golfers is waiting for them to bugger off. Oh, so close. All right, there you go. Give it a little more kick there, Owen. I'm glad I pushed this land out a little bit further, just to give them a little bit of a help here. And then yeah, they don't have to walk all the way. Oof, that was close. Yeah, they don't have to walk all the way across the thing. They just go back here, take the tubes, and make their way in. Now, this is just one hole. As you know, a traditional golf course is 18 holes. But that's like endgame. You build up one hole at a time. And it was just like that way. So, I think what I'm going to do here is... I'm going to do these episodes one hole per episode so that we can super drill down, make a new hole, super hyper focus on each one, make refinements as needed, analyze the data, and go from there. And we'll obviously want to make every hole different. Your golfers actually reward you if the hole that they played next is significantly different from the hole that they played previously. So lots of little nuances to this game, just like it was in SimGolf, where little subtle tweaks to your course can make or break people's experiences. And that's the kind of thing I like. So if you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar signing out. See ya! Y'all had to play with blue balls, and doesn't that get confusing?